Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. Whoa, Monika! Let's move slowly, we all just met! Hello, beautiful people, David here with some more Doki Doki Literature Club, and let's kick it off with the side stories. We're going back into it, Understanding, Part 1. I'm really curious, we got a lot of fun pre-main game event stuff with Monika and Sayori, so now I'm pretty sure we're continuing this on with Yuri, and it's gonna be fun. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monika and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. Yeah, that sounds like Yuri. A face that seems familiar. Hello. Oh god, and the whole thing with these side stories is that everyone is so dang cute, because this is before Monika becomes self-aware. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She's very conspicuously mouths to Monika. It's her! It's the girl! It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl that Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monika leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully... I love these remixes! The fact that they reorchestrated some of this stuff. I wonder if Dan did it, or, because he's probably learned a lot more about music comp since. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Okay. Sayori continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monika, and this is Sayori. We run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but... What's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? Yeah, I love how it's so cool seeing this come together. I should be good enough. Everyone's welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monika, and everyone is so damn cute! Sayori, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? That line. That's such a Sayori line. Yuri looks at Monika. Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book and it's just... Yuri grins, pressing her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monika stammers, completely caught off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. Huh, interesting. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to! It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. She loves it already! How great, yet awful because we know what happens. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Did I say bought? Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. Alright. Hey, you probably only need to be gone for now. Yuri nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the books Yuri set down on her desk. Okay, I'll get the first one then. She exits the classroom in a flash, leaving Monika and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh man, it's so interesting watching the girls, get to know each other's personalities for the first time, and honestly, how, uncomfortable they all kind of make each other, at least at the beginning, before this rapport ends up developing. I can't wait to see how that, flourishes. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have, no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure I'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Oh, wait till Natsuki comes through, and then the rift. Yeah, I don't disagree, but... Oh, whoops. Sorry. When I look at the camera like that, I really need to turn my notifications off, because I get a text and I can see it. What if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Oh no, I bet she has plenty of other interests, Monika. Monika, don't you think you should be more optimistic? You have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. Yeah, Miss Judgy. Judgy Monika. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, it's so cool how they're like balancing each other out already. Sorry for being so hasty. I get really anxious all of a sudden. Oh. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. Ooh. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Sayori is actually rather intuitive. Now that I like recall the game, she's very like sharp in spite of her demeanor. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. What? Oh, she's just being coy because Yuri has a forceful personality, right? She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left, sitting on the desk. Okay, I thought, for some reason that felt cryptic to me, but I forget, these are just normal girls in normal school, nothing's weird, until you end up part of the picture. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time gone indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri bought for her is just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There's some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. That sounds like all of my YouTube audience talking to me about Danganronpa, even though I really want to watch... I really want to watch the next anime, but everyone told me I need to play the second game and Ultra Despair Girls. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a bit more. You know, like, if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monika smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down, looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. Yay! Because we learned that Yuri is actually really, really confident when she's talking about something she, like, knows a lot about. But when it comes to, like, other stuff, especially socializing, she's really, like, meek and shy. So what made you decide you want to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because she... Yuri glances over at Monika. Monika! Monika came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid, I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days to just come here because I was afraid that Monika told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but decided that was probably irrational. Oh god, that's so Monika and so Yuri at the same time, because if I recall, Monika was like, oh, I feel like such an idiot. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, like, walked out. I was actually hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario, which is something you have in common with Monika, at least this version of Monika. Well, I was really nervous to come here for other reasons, too. Such as there being too many people. Oh, you don't need to worry about that. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of people at once. I'm the same way! Question of the day, are you... This is weird, because, like, I guess I'll ask, are you better with groups or, like, one-on-one? Because I consider myself an extrovert because when it comes to energy, like, and recharging, I very much need to, I very much love being around people. However, when it comes to groups, I'm really intimidated if I haven't had enough ample one-on-one time with, like, all the members of the group. Because then, like, especially being thrown into a group of people that I, totally don't know, then I'm just like, oh god, I gotta, like, navigate all this, you know? I'd rather just learn one person at a time. It's actually amazing that's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. But a lot of people think I'm an introvert because if I'm in a big group like that, I usually clam up until I can get someone aside and, like, have a big conversation or something. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sayori pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about, I'll tell you something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things. Like making cute little collages, or decorating things, like cards, or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But then I put it off until the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. I can't with these conversations. These lines are so well written. They're really like encapsulating their characters. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Yes! Yuri, that's how the game works! Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature! Monika, I'm gonna start a nature club! No, you're not. You're just stuck with here. You're stuck with me now. I'm not. Oh yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri, I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. Yeah, it's hard for her to open up, so I can see how that's, like, a bit off-putting. I like going out into the woods, or to the park, just places where you can walk and sit, and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just kind of nice to remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. My racing mind. My racing mind. My diction. When do you like to do that? Just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more in common. What? Whoa, what? I'm like making stuff up. What the heck? I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. So we continue their conversation, primarily led by Sayori, but with Monika chiming in every now and again as well. Monika had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult to not join in. It's called friendship! Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are we going to be starting on that book the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Ooh! I wonder if the reason Yuri is initially off-put by Natsuki is because they had the plan to start reading this book, and then Natsuki came out of nowhere just as Yuri was starting to get comfortable. I wonder if that's where like that rift comes in. Sayori beams, Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monika with a gentle smile. Bye! Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monika are left in the club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. Oh, Sayori! She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. Whoa! Monika! Let's move slowly, we all just met! How are you feeling about starting the book club with her next meeting? The book with her next meeting? Kinda scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. I ain't touching that thing. As her surprise new club member, seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. That can't be it. Okay. Because it's been like 30 minutes for each one of these. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to revive. Revive. Let's not talk about people reviving. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. I am too. She's usually late. It's club time again. Monika went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? The computer lab? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of what Yuri is talking to. About. Well, I mean the way I got overly excited to share my books and you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate. Yuri, stop being like this. I mean, you can't tell someone to not be like the way they are. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Huh? Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Oh, why? Because I know that you were just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monika and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, like as a club activity. That'd be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. Don't apologize, Yuri! Sayori! We're on the same wavelength! Which is actually really interesting. I don't usually identify with her. Although in many ways I do, actually. Oh my god, now that I think about it. Oh wow. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Yeah, I actually do relate a lot to Sayori now that I take a minute to think about it. Wow. It's scary how similar we are. I was just acting like Sayori like earlier today at the coffee shop. Because there's like a lot of new people working at the coffee shop and a bunch of other people left. And also, I don't work at the coffee shop. I'm a regular there, but I just love everyone. I'm crazy. Sayori pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Huh, it's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. And I'm full of corny jokes just like that. Man, it's funny, because, like, I'm into Monika, but I'm a lot like Sayori. Well, I guess Sayori is, you know, she loves Monika, like, you know, in a friendly way, but still, like, she's attached to her in a similar way that I'm, like, drawn towards Monika. I don't even know why I'm drawn towards Monika, honestly, as a character. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right. Oh, it's because it's the whole mechanism of the game. She's unattainable, therefore you... Yeah, that actually makes sense. Pardon me! As I play this side stories, I'm working through stuff. Oh, right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? Huh, I mean, yes, that's an effective strategy. Yes. I don't know why I got the giggles right now. Exactly, I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayori's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. I'm realizing how invested I am into this because I'm tripping over my words so much. Like, I'm really just enticed with this whole thing. Thinking about it, she decides it's probably best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this. I'll try to make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things that I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. I'm gonna leave that one alone. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. Especially you. Oh! Sayori rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Oh, that's really cute. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. I'm gonna engage you now! And pulls out a ring. Yuri just runs out. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayori through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayori seems to have. But despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way that's such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. I, too, am really interested in world-building lately because, fun fact, and I know not many people watch this, so I don't mind saying this, I'm actually thinking of developing a game one day. I used to dabble in game design, but ever since I got into art, it's just things have been kind of coming together, and so I think I might actually draft out the plan to design a game. It probably won't happen for another 10 years or so, but it's something that I'm working on, and I'm actually really in love with the world that I'm creating right now. How do people come up with this stuff? It's the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? She's a poem! Poems! Oh, I like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just like putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Oh, you're into poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. Ooh. No way! Haha. Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots, Yuri is patient in her notes. Sayori, you can't be just cataloging your friends like that. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. No, you're not. You're a mastermind, Sayori. I'm watching you. You're bad. I'm kind of glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Oh. Sayori flips through the first pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a minute before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Oh, well, in this context, it essentially means he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I don't read fiction a lot, but is that a common thing in fantasy books? Like, do they have footnotes that explain things? I feel like it's more of a treat if someone who happens to know can understand the references. Yeah, that's interesting. But I guess the footnotes would also make it more of an educational experience holistically. Interesting to me. To continue reading, Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Excuse me. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. Yeah, that is really interesting. But the turns have tabled! I actually love saying the turns have tabled. It's like my favorite thing to say. Tables have turned. Well, are they talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. We're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes, so she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes from not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Sayori's gonna be like, oh god, that was exhausting. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how you got into it. You know, come on, David. Can't read. I can't read. Makes me want to keep going and doing my best so that I can see it the way you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. What's up? We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But... I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Oh no, this is gonna be bad, because we know what Sayori's like. No, I don't like this. And Yuri is also feeling bad, because Yuri is feeling bad that Sayori is having trouble with the reading comprehension, which makes Yuri feel guilty, and then now Yuri, to make Sayori feel better, is gonna be like, let's not read tomorrow. And Sayori is gonna be like, oh no, Yuri doesn't enjoy reading with me because I'm stupid. And then, the depression. Oh, I hate this. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having such fun We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt. No, no, no! Oh, I don't want to read the rest of this. Oh, it's gonna hurt my heart. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monika trusted me with this. Oh, and now it's about Monika. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. Oh, and she's gonna go home after this. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. Oh no, this is a hug. I need to hug Sayori right now. I'd probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having much more fun. Ugh. I need to do better for her. No! Oh, come on. Alright, it's time for Understanding, Part 2. Of course, we're gonna do that in the next episode. Oh, these little things, they just make my heart flutter. Oh, and it's funny because normally I would just be like, okay, Sayori, why are you being so weird about it? But it's because of the whole context of the main game that I have in my brain hole that it just makes my heart hurt when even little, minuscule things like this happen. I hate it. But of course I love it, and we're gonna jump back into it in the next episode. I hope you're enjoying these. I'm enjoying them for sure. They give me something to chew on, and even just moments of introspection too. I really like them. And these characters are just so damn charming. Anywho, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't, smack the bell so you never miss a thing. Consider supporting me on Patreon. Thank you Bladed Cross for supporting me on Patreon, and I'll see you all in the next one. For now, this is Dave out. Peace out. Later.